Hello, my dear children. Welcome back to the another session of our English class. Are you going well? Okay. In the previous class, we discussed a poem, that is, Somebody's Mother. Are you ready to learn a new lesson? Okay. Students, we all love our parents. Am I right? Don't you also love your grandparents? What do they do for you? Yes, some of your grandparents play with you and they will tell you interesting stories, won't they? Yes. What do you do for them? Students, you have to give them love and care. So today we will go through an interesting story. So all of you take your English text and take page number 117. What is the title of the story? Very good. The Wooden Cup is the title of the story. Who is the author of the story? Yes, you are right. Domenico Vittorini is the author of the story The Wooden Cup. Let's go through the profile of the author, Domenico Vittorini. Domenico Vittorini was born in 1892, was an Italian author and professor. He was born in Italy and later went to the USA and taught at the Temple University and the University of Pennsylvania. His most famous book is The Thread of Life. He died in 1958. Now I'll give you a model reading. All of you look into the textbook. Once upon a time, in far off Italy, there was a little boy whose name was Robertino. He loved his grandfather very much. The little boy and the old man were good friends. They spent much time together. Robertino loved to sit on his grandfather's knee and listen to the stories he told him. Grandfather was a wonderful storyteller. And oh, the stories he told, fairy tales and exciting hunting stories like the one in which grandfather himself had once caught an eagle. There was a strong bond of love between the two. Grandfather had come to live with Robertino's parents when grandmother died 3 years before. Robertino's mother did not understand the loneliness of the old man. Sometimes she was very impatient with him, especially on those days when his hands shook and he would drop what he was holding. One night at dinner, grandfather lifted his cup to drink his coffee. His poor old hands shook so much that the coffee spilled on the clean white tablecloth. The cup, falling from his hands, broke into many pieces. Robertino's mother spoke angrily to the old man. Grandfather never said a word in reply, but only looked at her with sadness in his eyes. Robertino was also very unhappy. Poor dear grandfather. After that, grandfather had to eat all alone at a little table in the kitchen. There was sadness in his eyes when he heard about this new arrangement. There was sadness in the gentle smile he gave his grandchild. As soon as Robertino finished his dinner, he would run into the kitchen to be filled the old man he loved so much. And the kitchen became a beautiful land where there was no pain and no sadness. There, the old man and the little child could move about happily, hand in hand. Students, here what's the meaning of spill? Spill means cause a liquid to flow over the edge of its container. Students, here Robertino loved his grandpa very much because most of the time he tried to entertain the boy by telling the stories about fairy tales, hunting stories, etc. Grandfather had come to live with Robertino's parents when the grandmother died 3 years before. Robertino's mother was very cruel to his grandfather, but Robertino loved him very much. One night at dinner, when grandfather tried to drink coffee, his hand shook and coffee spilled on the clean tablecloth and the cup broke into many pieces. Robertino's mother became very angry and she arranged a table to eat all alone in the kitchen. It made Robertino sad, but as soon as he finished his dinner, he ran into the kitchen to be with his great-grandfather. He loved him so much. There they made a beautiful land where there was no pain. Students, hope you all understood up to this. It's an interesting story, am I right? We will meet in the next class with the rest of the story. Thank you, dear children.